test went off successfully from what we are hearing. It went off a short while ago, and it was to have happened yesterday, but the bad weather kind of postponed things. From all reports that we're hearing from Wheeler Island, which is a launch site, it was a textbook launch. It met all parameters. Of course, this missile is a long way from being operationally deployed. It will be tested over the course of the next year or two, and whatever snags and other things will be sorted out and looked at. So it's quite some time away from being actually productionized and deployed.
Now, at this stage, we know that it's India's longest range nuclear-capable missile, isn't it? Let's look at just how far it can go and how uneasy perhaps its neighbour China may be feeling at this point.
Well, this missile has a range of 5,000 kilometers, which is ICBM range. It can reach much of the Asian landmass. Of course, it covers China too. But China was in any way covered by an earlier missile that we have already developed, which has a range of little over 3,000 kilometers. So in that sense, China was already deterred. But this missile perhaps was important for India in terms of sending off a signal, perhaps, that we have acquired certain capabilities and technologies, and we are in fact we have got a game-changer missile, and perhaps adds to the deterrence that we already enjoy.
And what message is being sent here to rival Pakistan?
I don't think there's a message here for Pakistan, frankly, because Pakistan was in any way already deterred by an intermediate range missile we have called the Agni-1, which has a range of 700 kilometers. And that's adequate as far as deterring Pakistan is concerned. This is a longer-range missile, ICBM, as I mentioned earlier. It incorporates a range of technologies that have been developed in India by Indian scientists. In that sense, it's seen as a game changer, and as we are all aware, technology has its own dynamic. It is constantly pushing scientists to never rest on their oars but go forward. In that sense, this missile is a logical development from the missiles that we have already tested and are in the process of deploying.
And so, Surya, has India officially announced that this was indeed a successful launch?
Well, from what we are hearing from the scientists at Wheeler Island, the launch site, it's been successful. All the parameters have been met, and it seems it's gone off very successfully. But we have to wait the formal word from the head of the DRDO, Dr. Saraswat.
And of course, this comes not long after North Korea's failed launch of its long-range rocket. What is likely to be said about those sorts of comparisons there in India? And how are you going to report this?
Well, I don't think we can really compare India and North Korea. North Korea is in a separate league. As far as India is concerned, we've had a missile program for many years now. And at various stages it stopped and then resumed, I think, 1998, if I'm not mistaken. And it's taken us around 14 years to reach where we are. It's been a slow, measured kind of progress forward. There have been failures. There have been malfunctions. The scientists have taken this in their stride. But they finally reached a point where we have been able to master technologies and capabilities, and leading to today's current missile test.
And just before we go, very quickly, do you know where this may land and when it may land?
It's already landed. There was a splashdown somewhere in the ocean. We'll probably get those details in a little while from the DRDO. The test was over, and we're still awaiting those details. So I would expect that the head of the DRDO, Dr. Saraswat, will formally come out and make a statement giving us all those details.